Hey everybody, just working on the computer. Screen wasn't on. Trying to figure out what's going on with it. I was gonna upload a video today, and I was kind of sitting here trying to decide whether to do this video or not. Cause I've got a lot of things I can put on here. Equipment reviews or mechanicking or farming. Think I'm gonna start doing some more ranching videos. I was kind of hesitant to do that, but I think I'll start doing that. I've got some reasons why I want to start getting into that, but I figured I'd go ahead and I've got I've got kind of an idea of where I want to go with this channel. I mean, I've got 20 something subscribers, so it's not a big deal. But if this thing, it's a nice hobby. I really enjoy it. I like making videos, and I really like when you guys comment on them, and a lot of the ideas you guys have. Really appreciate that, and I think that's kind of why it's here. But I was kind of sitting here. I don't know when this video is going to get uploaded because my computer. I think I finally got the screen to turn on, but I turned 25 today, so I'm pretty young for being in this business. I'm the fifth generation rancher here on this ranch in New Mexico. I actually live in the house that was built after the dugout, because when they came and homesteaded, they had a dugout, and when they finally got the homestead in their name, they built this house, and they homesteaded in 1906. So this is the 110th year we've been here, and I'm the fifth generation, and I'm pretty sure it's just as hard today to make it all work as it was then. We're dealing with a lot of money and a lot of issues. It all has its difficulties, but I've really kind of started with my own cattle. I've always had some cows, but being financially responsible for my own cattle about 12 years ago. And I started farming on my own 12 years ago. It was dry land. And since I bought this place, I took over the irrigated farming. My father farmed this, and I helped him. So I grew up helping him farm, but now it's my baby. And this year's been extremely tough in the cattle business. We don't have very many years where it's great years like it was last year, where we finally made money, and it all turned around this year. So it's over the past 12 years I've accrued a lot of equipment, a lot of land, I've gained a lot of trust of people by being willing to work. In August, when the cattle market started to crash, the feeder market crashed, and the following weeks, I lost $250,000 in about 3 weeks on feeder calves. And I was buying them throughout the summer, so I didn't have loads ready to contract. So and I'm not the only one who lost a lot of money. I think everybody in the business, even if they were contracted, because I know a lot of contracts got pulled just because the sheer drop in the market. So I had most of my equipment paid off. I was about 2 years. Most of my equipment I would have been paid off in 2 years' time, and that makes it tough. I've had to finally got everything sorted out, liquidated the rest of my calves, and getting ready to start buying more cattle, probably next week. But you know, you take and I that was just on feeder cattle. You take a hit like that, and it's really tough to recover from. Thankfully, I have a very very good banker, and it's they're very supportive of the cattle industry and farming because that's all there is here. So they kind of have to. Well, they don't have to because there's another bank in town, and they got rid of all their ag loans. They told everyone just like go somewhere else, and so I'm very fortunate. I've had a very good banker and some really good mentors. So I was kind of thinking of, you know, I'd like to get back to where I'm able to do stuff, you know, within the next 2 years. The way it's set up now, you know, I may not be able to do anything for 5-7 years, but just, you know, make my payments. But I would, if I think that's maybe kind of where I want to take this, you know, this channel starting out, and really kind of showcase that it's possible for young people in agriculture to survive in agriculture, because it's very tough. It's we're very fortunate that we can do what we do. Not everyone can do this, and even fewer can succeed at doing this, and I hope I'm one of those that can succeed at doing this, because I'd hate to be the fifth person in line to lose it all. But you know, under certain circumstances it can happen, and I would hate to be that person. So I would definitely like to succeed at what I'm doing. So you know, I would kind of maybe with this channel I would like to, you know, hopefully through other means, custom hay, I think I might have the ability to pay back most of what I lost within 2 years. You know, maybe not. That may be just a failure too, but you know, I won't know until I do it and really get out there and try it. So if you're kind of looking for a channel to watch where you know, you can really kind of get behind someone and hope that, you know, hopefully we'll succeed at this and make some very interesting videos out of it, because it's gonna be pretty tough to do it, but that's what I'm shooting for. I'd like to get back to where I was last year within 2 years, and I think it's possible. But you know, we'll just have to wait and see. I've got a lot on my plate with just the farming I'm doing for myself, and the cows I own. I'll be buying more cows. I don't really have a choice on that. I'll keep buying calves because, you know, I just built a commodities barn, and I just spent $13,000 on a truck motor to go into my feed truck. And you know, that commodity barn and feed truck, they don't pay for themselves if they're not running. The equipment doesn't pay for itself if it's not running. So I guess I could always just sell out most of my equipment, which I'd still kind of leave me in a hole and just go get a job somewhere. That's always a possibility. But I think I want to try and do it this way, and see if I can do it before that becomes the final option. My wife, you know, before she married me, she knew cattle business was not easy, and she really knows it now. She's got 9 months left at K-State. She's getting a master's before she moves back. So that's another reason I would really like to. I'd like to get about half of it paid off this year. You know, that way when she comes back, I'm almost back to where I was, and we can keep going from there. Because hopefully she'll be getting a job. Someone can keep food in the house. But that's and I've got kind of an idea. You know, everyone's got an online store where they sell T-shirts and stuff like that. I think if I got up to a couple thousand subscribers, I've got a really good idea of something I could do. But that's gonna take years if I keep doing this. If I go down in flames, then my videos may be really interesting for a short amount of time, or maybe we can just trudge through this thing. But I was gonna do a video of my swather when it came in. I bought a Massey Ferguson, but I'm still waiting. I don't know, it may be a month, maybe 2 weeks, maybe next week. I don't know when it's gonna come in, so Bill's always asking me about it, and so I bought the Massey Ferguson swather to replace my deer. So that's, I mean, one reason why I did it is because the situation I'm in now, I hope I can get some wheatledge business cutting for a guy who chops it, and continue on with my hay business, because I hope I get more hay business, because the people here charge about $18 an acre to cut, and I've cut that by about $5-6 an acre. I'm not trying to cut anyone's throat. I've got a neighbor who does it, who cut hay for me, and I really appreciate everything he did, but you know, I've got to make my equipment payments, and I've got a big chunk of debt. I had a lot of debt already, but it's just that much more, and so anything I can do to make money, get money rolling in, I'm going to do it. And if that means cutting everybody's throat to get the business, as long as I can do it and do it right, I'm going to. And I hate to be that way, but they're not paying my bills. And people always get upset, when something like this happens. They're like, well, you're not charging enough, and you're really taking my business away. But the reality of it is, you don't pay my bills. So if you want to pay my bills, by all means, I will not go cut hay. I won't go bale hay. I won't run cattle, but you're gonna have to pay my bills, and I have not found anybody who's willing to do that yet. So that's just how it is. I'm trying to. You got to be optimistic in this business, because it is a tough business. I've known it growing up. Like I said, I'm a young guy, but I have known it since just seeing my parents go through it, and what I've gone through, and what my family's gone through, and everyone's gone through. So you gotta be optimistic. I got into when I moved back from college, and while I was in college, I was driving 500 miles, 450 miles every other week, one way to come back to the ranch, because that's when the big drought hit, and we were in the drought for 3-4 years. And so I was making a 1,000-mile trip just to come up, help take care of the cows, help feed. And when I moved back, we literally had absolutely no grass. It was just solid dirt. You got 12,000 acres of dirt. You can't run cows on that. And so, I moved back, and it was about as tough as it can be. And we got through that, so I think we're going to get through this. And if you guys are interested in the channel just staying just, little videos, little repair videos, and we can do that, but I kind of think this is where I want to go with it, and make it a little more upbeat channel, a little more optimistic on trying to overcome just really daunting financial obstacles, because it's not easy right now, and with the feeder cattle business the way it is, it's really hard to know what to do, because you've got a 10-cent market swing in a week, you know, you can start losing $50 a head. You can lose $100 a head in just 2 weeks time. And so you can go from making a lot of money to being really broke. And it seems like everyone who's from what I've talked to, the banks I've talked to, and a lot of guys in the industry, all the equity that most people had is gone. So we can still buy cattle, but we can't buy the numbers we were buying. And with cattle cheap right now, this is the time we really need to be buying cattle. And so it makes it really hard to pay back those debts with cattle, especially with the uncertainty of the market. Because, we all buy cattle again. If we get another bad market swing, you've already lost all your equity. Now you take a bad hit again, you're going to be done. And that's the big uncertainty of the business. Do I keep doing this? What do I do? You can't not do anything, because you got to pay back that money you've lost, or even if you had the money, you still lost it, and so you need to pay yourself back. No one wants to lose money they already had. I know that for sure. I lost money I already had, so no one wants to do that. So you got to do something. I'll be buying more cows and calves, but I'll definitely be buying some more cows. Just cows, they may not pay for themselves very fast, but eventually they will pay for themselves. You always get another calf. And I was talking to one of my bankers, and I was like, well, am I going to be able to buy cows after this? They're like, well, you can buy as many cows as you want, because that's the only way you're going to get out of this mess, is keep buying cattle. And so you got to be optimistic. You got to keep going in the business. You don't want to quit, because it's, I've always heard if you get in, you get out, and you get in, you get out, it never works, because no matter what, you're going to have years where you lose money, you're going to have years where you make money. So if you're always getting in and out, you can't just ride through it. And you stay in it over the long haul, it's going to work out. So yeah, I just figured I'd kind of give a little intro into this, kind of giving a channel intro, I guess, into what I'm looking at doing and where I'm going to be going from here, because I finally got everything taken care of. So now I can start buying cattle again. And before I start making cattle videos, I kind of wanted to give a little background to why I'm doing what I'm doing, and what are some of the main reasons why, and I hope it all works out. So I hope I get more subscribers, and I hope you guys like these videos, and I can't stress it enough, I really appreciate all the comments you guys make. I can put a video out there, but unless somebody comments on it, telling me I don't know what I'm doing, or telling me that, they really like it, it's kind of pointless, because, I love the interaction on the channel. It's why I'm doing it. It's a great hobby, and I like to hear what other people think, and it works really well that way. I really enjoy it. So I hope you like this video. Hope it hasn't been too long, and I'll quit rambling. But thanks for watching.